Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. They find some open field here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38. Bit of a haymaker right after the starting bell, Charles. One play on the ground, and you're already on the other side of the 50.
I like how you went boxing there. Essentially went from the weigh-in to walking into the ring, being introduced, and firing away. Big shot early.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And this is caught. Touchdown, 49ers. Juwan Jennings, 33 yards. And the Niners march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
First carry for Najee Harris. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. He gets away from one. Brushing off defenders. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Warren will try the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Steelers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. comes right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place of first as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. And he won't get all the way into the end zone as he's out of bounds, but not before getting it down inside the 10.
Wow, all week long in preparation for this game, you've preached how you're going to stop what they're going to throw at you. But to open up a game almost in goal line situation, I'm not sure that was on the top of their chart.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Purdy now to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. It's Najee Harris, and he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as the tackle made up at the 27. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Harris running straight ahead. We'll get this up to about the 44.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On the move to his left. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and he brings up third down. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Wilson. Flush to his right. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Going to run the toss here to Harris. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Really at a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. There's Wilson to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
I don't know if he was just working through progressions or just unaware of the pressure, but no matter. Excellent work by the defense to get him to the ground before he could escape the pocket.
4th down. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Here's one deep for Pickens. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Wilson. Flushed out right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Mike Williams, 54 yards. And the Steelers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not willing to risk a return, this ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Purdy. He's got Ayuk once again. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing here, Purdy. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Juwan Jennings, 39 yards. And the 49ers are an extra point away from drawing level. Moody good with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. Got his man, it's Warren. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, they have really gotten after him in this first half. He's been on the run throughout. And you can imagine he just might have some words for his linemen come halftime.
2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now the timeout signal for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Wilson wants a different look. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Harris. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. On the give, it's Warren. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On the give, this is Harris. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Warren. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A handoff for Warren. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth from 10 yards out. And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And this
considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. We're all set to go amidst the high-altitude snow here in Denver. And off we go from Denver. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Steelers first down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Harris gets it on the counter. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger play.
Fights up for tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. An early setback, no doubt, but their first time out, fumbling it away in enemy territory, that's tough.
And such a bummer, right? Because the journey was going well. You script for success, you get that ball moving, and then you're right, you just lose all sorts of momentum. Got to recapture it the next time out.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Broncos looking at a punt on 4th down, and Riley Dixon on to handle that. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Pulled in at the 20. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. 65 yards on the punt there. And the Steelers will take over possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. From the gun, they go with Harris. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Harris once more. And they had that one contained right at the line. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Working quickly here. Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Complete beyond the marker. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. We've... Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
This is Harris on second down. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. They give to Harris from the gun. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. So now here's 3rd and 5. Russ now from the gun. Gets this one to Harris. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Wilson now from the gun. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Tremon Smith with the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31. Nix from the gun. He puts everything behind this one. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. And he pays the price for the interception. Big hit brings it into that return. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
2nd down here, another give to Harris. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. That one gains 7. And that's a Steelers 1st down. The Steelers calling their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. He's trying another one deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. A conversion unlikely, but the offense is going for it. 4th and 13. Into a crowd Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy out, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Smith on the return. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Williams to start the drive. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. From the 36. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Steelers have it, headed the other way. And Pittsburgh's going to take this back for the touchdown. The Steelers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I could hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
But that quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers drive their lead to 11. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So it's 2nd down coming up.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he got this close to midfield before going out. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Nix off the play action. Oh, he got some air under this one. Deep down. This is caught inside the 15. A pickup there of 39. And that'll be good for a Denver first. They'll throw again. Nix. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Steelers take over deep in their own territory, down inside the 10.
At their own 7-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running behind He gets clobbered behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Offense up to the line fast. Here he is on 3rd and long. And he won't find an escape. They converge and drop him for the safety.
What an incredibly well-timed blitz from the linebacker. He saw his opening, but the blockers clearly didn't see him. And you know who did see him? That quarterback, who not just saw him, but he felt him. He's picking himself up off the turf after that safety.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going left side, Williams with it. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in the phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did. You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now Nix. Pass taken in by Sutton. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll go down here at the 16. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Denver. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So here come the Broncos. Big spot now as they try for 2. He's throwing for it. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
I've heard great receiver coaches say, watch your fingers wrap around the ball. You know, it's pretty clear he should have had that one, and he didn't get the job done. And 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
Returns looking good so far. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
1st and 10 give to Harris. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Staying on the ground with Harris. And this one does not go far. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Back to throw it. Completed to his running back. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Steelers only by a few. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Looking to throw. He's got it to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best. And you get to see how you handle the most pressure. And it turns out they handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing.
And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
On 2nd down, Warren. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Here he is to throw. Warren's got it, complete. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Oh, no, the ball is loose. And the Broncos corral it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers make the play that should win them this game. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble. Then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
The Steelers calling their first time out. Shotgun handoff to Warren. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that brings up 4th and long. He'll throw it. He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance.
At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at Acrisure Stadium. get this game started, here's Eddie Pinheiro. And we're off from Acrisure. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action in this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Harris. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Josie Jewell making that stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
A 3rd down run with Harris. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Russ now from the gun. He's on the move. Now he takes it. They get 27 on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
It's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
They go with Harris on the run. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Catch made by Austin. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. This is going to be a 38-yarder. Oh, it's a fake. They're throwing. And they get to him on 4th down. It's a sack and a turnover on down.
Well, clearly the defense did not go all in on the block right there, and fortunate for them, because it allowed them to pivot when they saw the fake, and they stayed in position to defend it beautifully.
On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 37. Throws there for Jatavion Sanders. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Here we go.
second quarter. It's Panthers football. They're looking at first down here. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Third and long, Young. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They're going for it, Young. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, they've got a first down here. A chance to get off the field goes by the wayside. The defensive penalty keeps him out there. To the air on first down, Young. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Young. Legette's got it. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. And it's the Panthers. With it, 1st and 10. Rush coming for Young. He has the Carolina touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Shaq Thompson.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Working quickly here. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Hubbard hauls it in. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Shotgun snap now to Young. Avoids the fighting for the goal line. Oh, he lost it. Someone punched it out. And it looks like the offense was there to recover it. They're inside the 5. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Young working from the gun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers will add to their lead at the end of the half. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Panthers double their lead to 14. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Wilson on 1st and 10. Completed here to Pickens. And he'll get it up to the 27. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
He's going deep. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they're left with 4th and short.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Looking to throw. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Boswell on to send this away. Raheem Blackshear now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Young. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Has a hole left, room to run. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Blackshear on the return. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. And we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach right at a young age. You're always coaching those guys, hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
Trying to get outside here with Harris. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Dicker connects there. And it's dropped back down to a 4-point game.
You look look at that third down play, looking back, and it really turns into a three-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Finds some space. He's past the 30. Are they going to run him down? He took it all the way. Oh, baby, what a return. Touchdown. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
At the 30-yard line.
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, they go with Harris. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Offense up to the line fast. They're going to go. It's Wilson. On the move, headed right. He connects downfield on 4th. And he's out of bounds past midfield. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Rush coming for Wilson. Launches one deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find paper.
And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. 3 quarters in the books from this. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here's Jones. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Young back to it after the pick. They did it. He made the interception. And the Steelers have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
They give to Harris from the gun. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Warren here from the gun. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. It's a gain of 4. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Austin's there to haul it in. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Warren running between the tackles. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers down by only 3. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Running behind center with Harris. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers jump in front late. Najee Harris, the touchdown. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here's Jones. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Cole Holcomb has it. Breaks the tackle. Greengrass ahead. And the Steelers make the play that should win them this game.
On it, man. I gotta admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A run here with Harris. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Setting up to pass. Getting out to his left. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
He's back to throw. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's it.
And they got there in time. He's taken down. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. Offense to the line for 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. To throw. Try and push it deep downfield. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. They connect for the 1st. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh. Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Fielded at the 7. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. He's on the move. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10 now. One's going to be close. Did he get both feet inside the chalk? Oh, no, he did not. Great effort, but an incomplete pass. Daniels throwing on 3rd. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. Again, Daniels to the air. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
2nd down and 10. Daniels. He's going to push one deep down there. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Steelers, they're off to a great start defensively. They force a turnover on the opening possession. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Carry. This is Najee Harris. And he takes this in to the 40-yard line before going down. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Offense in the hurry up here. On 4th down, Wilson. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Will get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Chased out to his right. Oh, the football's loose. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Wow, this has been a rough sequence for them starting out. First the interception, and now almost giving it away again on the fumble.
Yeah, Coach is going to have to get everybody around the campfire and get this thing figured out, because through all the years and all the styles of play, we know one thing, Kate. Turnover margin in the NFL is the biggest indicator of winning and losing.
They've got first down from the 31. First carry now for Austin Eckler. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he loses control of the interception in the end zone. Could have taken away some potential points, but instead, new life, 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
Now Daniels off the play action. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion. Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
Now start with a give to Harris. His foray up the middle, nets about 3. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Targeting the sideline, and Freiermuth has it. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's a Steelers first down. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Play made by Deron Payne. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Harris once more. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Steelers with the football. Fourth and forever coming up. Blitz coming, Russ. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. And a surprising fourth down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. Daniels on first down. That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU. From the gun, it's Daniels. He sends this one to the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders get some late points and the lead. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're
But the
biased.
success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Cordarrelle Patterson now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. They're out and set, first and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Throw secured by George Pickett. Gets it to the 15. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers tie it in the final minute of the half. George Pickens the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. And the drive will start out with a first and 10.
Come on. Hey. Buffalo 18.
Daniels from the pistol. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. On second down, Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. Looking to throw on third and 1. He puts some power on a deep one left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
He connects downfield on 4. How about 19 yards on fourth down, and the call to go for it pays off considerably. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. A final throw before the break. Brought in inside the 20. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce into your step now, both in and out of the huddle. and you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Harris gets it on the counter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. Run from Warren here to start the 3rd. Spins out of one stop, and he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10, give to Harris. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Play made by Deron Payne. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Play action, it's Wilson. Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Russ now from the gun. This finds Austin complete. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Harris. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud quarterback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. The makings of a goal line stand here. No gain on the run, and now it's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap for Wilson. He's got it! And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Now they'll get some time to mold this decision. They'll have 4th and goal after the break. It's the Steelers with the ball. They're leading, but not by a lot. So here's Chris Boswell in a high-pressure spot. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Oh, look at this. It's a fake. They're going to throw. And that is incomplete. The fake is unsuccessful. The fake field goal does not get it done. This is going to be a turnover on downs.
Just another circumstance of a very well-coached group defensively. Awareness, game situations, knowing the moment. What an excellent job there to be in position to stop that fake and really turn the momentum around.
Oh, he puts some heat up, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson takes it away. And the Steelers bring it all the way back inside the red zone before he's finally hauled down. The moment you see them look to pass from this close to their own goal line, Brock, it is that defense's goal to hurry him and force a mistake just like that.
Yeah, those guys, they're so sneaky on the back end, Kate. They know the clock is being sped up. They know that the quarterback can feel those footsteps and thinking about a safety, and those defenders just wait.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers parlay the interception into points. Najee Harris, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly
not far from where the Steelers' former homes, at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Play action. It's gone. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to throw, Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Goff. He's into space past the 25. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
First carry for Najee Harris. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Now a first down carry for Harris. Powerful running. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. We're scoreless after 1. Now a 2nd and 2. On the give, it's Warren. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Harris running straight ahead. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Wilson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Here's Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And some room to work. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, 40 yards. And the Lions post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they can't bring him down. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Now 3rd down and 7. Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Here's Goff. And he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on fourth down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Next to score, Lions 14. Steelers 0.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no run back here. It's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Wilson. Here's one deep for Pickens. And he's got it inside the 10. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Calvin Austin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here's one deep for Pickens. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Across the middle, he's got it complete to St. Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Off play action. Here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now Goff. Flushed out right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. Flush to his right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still having a...
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. Montgomery will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and it was fair to look back and say the 4th down was the moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Here's Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. To throw is Wilson. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up
Now it's Wilson.
at the Lions' 44-yard line.
Austin is there and brings in another one. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scrapped.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 68 yards. And the Lions use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a three-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Keeps himself upright. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. And he's going to go down again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now it's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He's going to let it fly. This is caught at the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. That is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And his throw is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 4th down, Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Goff going to throw it. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he will have a Lions 1st down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now it's Goff. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.